All right. In this step, we're gonna play with the ultrasound sensor. Now this ultrasound sensor comes with 4 pins, and now a little bit of mechanical work that we need to do is that uh, you know in this sensor, uh, you have this area where you have these wire pin, as you can see. On the other side, over here, where you may find a crystal also there. On that side, you need to place your glue gun with a support so that you can connect it with the servo motor. So essentially, your sensor would be mounted on top of the servo motor in this vertical position. So the way to go about it is that you, with your servo motors, you will get some attachments, uh, something which looks like this. Now, what really happens is that these components, they fit neatly on top of your servo motor, and your motor moves like this. When you program your servo motor, it will be moving, and you want to place your sensor on top of it like this, so that the end effect would be that your sensor can move at various degrees on top of the servo motor. Now what we did here was that we took this component, that attachment that I showed you, and we used a glue gun to connect it over here. And to give it a little structural strength, we added 2 rubber bands also. But that was just our hack to get a little bit more strength. And with this, this piece is ready once you have used the glue gun and placed it together. Now, in this part, I'll show you how do we start assembling little bit of the different components. So remember this car that we created with the servo motor placed over here, and all the good work we did with the motors and the caster wheel. Now I made a little tiny hole over here in the center of this box, as you can see, this place. And through this, we will tunnel in all the DC motor wires, which I will pull out like this. Pretty fun stuff. And then again, pull out these 2 wires. Now, so that your things are easier done, you can always use a wire holder like this, and you can wrap it here, and so that this whole thing stays together, so it won't go down and really start showing in the bottom. Some bit of strength you get, and all these 4 wires are out now. Then we move on to the servo motor. This is nicely placed here, and we will put our sensor gently on top of it. Okay, so this is how it will look. The sensors are placed and it is looking at you. Okay, and then we will put it to the side, and we'll pick our Arduino, and we will pick our motor shield, and then we'll align the pins. So let me do that. And here I'll make a comment that you can optionally, this is an optional thing, you can optionally use something known as the pin out shield. This is a pin out shield. What it does is, if you watch closely, what it does is that it attaches to your pin. These are your pins that it gets attached to, and then you get this little screw system out here, so that you can pull out your digital and log signals out without having to solder on your board. I'll explain to you again when the time comes. But for now, I am going to use this shield. I'm going to place the shield over here. Yeah. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, the N-lock side. This part takes care of the. So if you see, suddenly my Arduino board has been mounted up with another layer of shield, which exposes the same pins, but I have the extra green area where I can actually draw any wire out. Now on top of it, I'll mount my motor shield. So you need to match the first few pins, and rest will slide nicely with you for you. All right, so we gently push it in, and this is the double-decker shield system that is up and ready. Okay, and this is, to my mind, the electrical engine of the entire system that we are building. Now we will, in the next step, we'll go ahead and we will focus on, wiring these pieces together. In summary, we have the sensor over here. The sensors are placed, your servos are placed, your wheels are in position, then your Arduino card as well as the motor shield all are placed nicely. In the next video, we will integrate all these pieces together.